Alright guys, what is up? Today we're going to be playing some ladder with the old meta deck, basically. We're going to play my old Razorback deck. This isn't the Titan deck that was like the most popular deck, but this is the deck I was playing on ladder before the nerfs. So I want to play the same deck. And basically the idea is just to see, like, this has nerfed Zone Troopers, nerfed Razorback, and nerfed Liang. And the idea is just to say, like, is it good to still play these units? Like, are these still a meta deck, or are they completely terrible now? I will preface this by saying I have played a little bit of this deck still, and I do think it is still a meta deck, but I think Liang is no longer worth playing. But we'll play a couple of games with Liang, so you can see that, and then I'll switch over to a different commander, which I think is better now. But yeah, basically we just want to show off if the old decks are still capable of competing in the new meta game.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so not that much has changed about the deck, obviously. You still open Rifleman, you still want to go Helipad first, as your first other building. I still want to stall because I'm playing Zone Troopers, so I still want the game to go late. The main thing that's changed is I can't Liang steal anymore, which obviously is a big deal. He hasn't made a second wheel, so I'm just gonna... Okay, there's the second wheel. I do want to stall still, as I was saying. That's why we're gonna go second missile, so we have one missile for each of his wheels. There's the Fanatics. This is why we've kept our Riflemen alive this long, so that we have them to fight these Fanatics. And then we want to keep our missiles alive, because once the Razorback comes out, you want the missiles now. We're going to show off how the Razorback... This is obviously over-leveled Razorback. This guy has level 13 units, so it's going to look better than it actually should. But I do believe the Razorback is still very strong. He just surrenders. Okay, well, never mind. That's not a great game to throw much off, but, you know. I mean, he still just surrendered to Razorback Missile. It might be the levels, but even... I mean, like, at equal levels, those matches would have played out roughly the same.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so we're up against Peter, who's a very talented player. His deck has changed pretty dramatically with the patch, because he's still playing Liang for a start. I mean, we're playing Liang as well, but we shouldn't really be playing Liang. I'm just showing you, I want to show you guys the new Liang. He still gets a lot of value from his Liang, because he plays a lot of Predator tanks. And he used to play APC, but now he's playing Shock Troopers. So we're probably going to see shocks. Now, as a lot of you guys, if you watch my videos a lot, you probably know that I don't really like Shock Troopers. And I'm predicting that I should be able to win because Shock Troopers are not going to be as good as Razorback. So I'm going to go Mohawk. I think he plays Slingshot, though, which does make it harder. Slingshot is obviously very, very good. It's also extremely good on this map. Yeah, there's the Slingshot. So I actually should have gone Pitbull here, although I think he goes Preds. So yeah, this might be a really tough matchup just because this map is very, very good for my opponent, because Slingshot is super good on this map. Alright, so we can't steal the missile with Liang like we normally would. Like, pre-patch, I would have just stolen this pad. I guess the Slingshot would have stopped it anyway. Zones are going to be pretty good against him. But really, the problem is going to be that the Shock Troopers with Slingshot protecting them, it's going to be pretty difficult to kill them with the Slingshot protecting them. So here, obviously, is Liang. I can't move it, so this is all I can do, really. I just heal it, and then it just kind of, you know, it just sits there. And if he moves up, there's nothing I can do about that either. Yeah, the Slingshot is really, really good on this map. It's causing me a lot of problems. So I probably want to just go for... I probably just want to go Zone Troopers.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Well, Liang Drone again. Obviously, again, Liang Drone is just not that powerful for me. It's doing okay for him, but it's not really that relevant to either of us, honestly. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to go zones. I should have started saving sooner.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
I just need something to punch through these Predator tanks.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Dude,
Unit lost.
Sling is so good on this map. It's completely shutting down my Mohawk and my Razorback. I think I'm dead. I just can't ever reach it. So obviously Liang was completely useless for me as well, which wasn't ideal.
Ready. Missile launched. Unit lost.
Slingshot just covers the entire map. Here's Mammoth Tank as well. What a beating.
Our base has been destroyed. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Alright, so we're going to open Rifleman. He's going to open Wheels, so I probably shouldn't have opened Rifleman. Like, Coinbo just always plays Fanatic, Stealth, Tank, Jade. So I know he's going to open Wheels every single time.
Unit ready.
So we need to use our rifles to prevent him getting a 2v1 on our missiles. And we'll wait for 2 missiles. We want to stall as well because we've got the zone troopers.
Unit ready.
So once we get the 2 missiles, we can move in.
Unit lost.
With the Fanatics, again, we've got the Riflemen to fight them. And we want to go into Razorback.
Unit lost.
Don't want to build anything until the Razorback because it slows down the Razorback too much.
Unit ready. Unit
We'll go Razorback missile, same as before the pack.
Unit ready.
And yeah, again, like, Liang not particularly useful right now.
Ready.
But yeah, as you can see, the same sort of matchup is occurring as happened pre-pack. Like, he still can't reach my Razorback very easily. Now, the later this game goes, the better it gets for him, I think. Well, except for the zone troopers, of course. This is a very good map for me as well. It's very difficult for his stealth tank to reach my Razorback, and I can guard like the whole because the map is so closed off. Like, everything happens in this central location. It's very easy for me to simply hold out here, and now I can just go straight into zones. I say the cat ship, which would be actually cat ship's pretty good against zones. So this could be a problem. I didn't know he had cat ship in his deck. That must be a new addition. Maybe he doesn't have shade. Obviously, we have pit bulls to help with that. Yeah, so we do actually lose one of the zones there. We have fresh Razorback. We want to keep making missile troops as well.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Really struggling with my zone trooper micro. And again, this Liang is not doing anything at all. Like, Liang is literally worthless in this game.
Unit ready. Nuclear weapon launched.
I haven't even used it yet, and I don't think there's been a time when it would have been good.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready.
So yeah, the cat ship makes a huge difference in this matchup, because normally I'd be really favored once I get zones, but cat ship kills zones.
Unit lost. Unit
This matchup actually is. I'm guessing he doesn't have shade if he has the
unit
cat ship.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Yeah, these zones are getting wrecked by this cat ship. And him not having shade doesn't really help me in any way, because I have no unit that he'd even use shade against, so his deck is just better against this version than it was pre-pack.
Unit ready.
And I still haven't used Liang. I can't imagine a way in which I would even use Liang here. Like, it just seems completely useless to me.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yeah, and I'm gonna lose because Liang. I just don't have a commander power effectively.
Unit ready.
Oh, hang on, maybe I won't lose. Oh, there's a shade as well. Okay, I guess he doesn't have lasers then. So he's very weak in a shade mirror. Anyway, so Liang was completely useless.
Lost.
Like, just utterly useless in that game.
Mission failed.
Okay. So obviously Liang is trash. The options to replace it are really any of these. You can play any 3 of these other commanders. I've been playing Strong Arm, but I think that Jackson is probably the best because it's good with Zone Troopers and with Razorback and with Pitbull. So we're going to do some Jackson games now.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Alright, so obviously still start with Rifleman, nothing changes there.
Harvester ready.
And again, we probably want to be stalling because we've got the Zone Troopers. This guy's not really doing anything, so I'm going to start charging the pads and force him to do something. Alright, so Chems, we want to go Razorback again. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Unit lost. Unit
I want
ready.
to get missiles to the middle of the map. And looks like we're going to fire first missile pretty easily. That looks like a second harvester. Yep, okay, so we're going to send our missiles up there. We'll get a Mohawk and head over there as well.
Missile launched.
Looks like he's going up on my harvester. Well, I can't defend my harvester. I have no pop cap, so we're just going to kill his.
Unit ready.
Trying to decide if I need to rebuild my harvester. I think it's early enough in the game that I probably still do.
Building
I can just actually make zones. Maybe I'll just make zones.
Unit lost.
Yeah, I actually don't think I need a harvester. The game's about to end. And we'll boost the zones.
Unit enhanced.
Okay, cool. There's a flame tank which we don't care about because the game's over. Alright.
Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New objective.
Alright, so we're up against Pisa. He's playing slings and shots with predators.
Harvester ready.
This is another good map for slings. He puts a sling here and I basically can't use my air units. So again, I think we do need to go Zone Troopers, but this time we have a commander power, which is a nice change. And yeah, this time I'm just gonna probably go double harvester because I just don't think I win without zones.
Harvester ready.
Like I think my 5-card deck doesn't come close to beating his deck, so I need the Zone Troopers. So I'm just gonna double harvester and try and get zones out. So he's gone for a slingshot here because he's expecting a Razorback for the shock troopers. So I'm just not gonna make a Razorback here.
Unit lost.
I also think I misplayed the last time we played because I should have just tried to use rifles to fight his shocks a bit more than I did. Like I said, he moved off the pad, so I'm just gonna block him now and maybe take first missile. I don't think this Predator tank's gonna be in time. Alright, so he just gave up the missile, which is obviously a huge error. And now we're just going to get some zones. Once we get some zones, we'll use Razorback to protect them.
Unit ready.
We will need to get to Razorback money, of course.
Unit lost.
Shocks can beat zones.
Unit ready.
We have the Razorback to protect.
Unit enhanced.
And then again, like, the boost is... Having a commander power is pretty useful.
Unit ready.
I actually want to lose this Razorback so I can get a fresh one.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Again, having a commander power is pretty cool.
Unit ready. Unit enhanced.
Oops.
Unit ready.
Definitely didn't mean to move my zones. Yeah, so the zones are pretty important if I want to win this match. Also, the map is not as good as it was before. And there's a mammoth a little bit too late.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, well now we're on Middle Oasis. This map is very bad for shock troopers. Sorry, not shock troopers, for slingshot. This is a pretty bad slingshot map, so hopefully, I think this time we're probably favored. Just because we can actually use our razorback a lot better than normal. Although we'll have to wait and see how the game goes. Peter's a very talented player. Also, Liang is like not going to be good on this map either. I don't really want to go into pit bulls because of the predator in his deck, so I probably want to stick to barracks for as long as possible.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
He's going to try and stick to War Factory until he's forced to go shots. There's the shots, so we'll go razorback. He's obviously going to go sling now. There's the sling. So we're going to trade off for the sling. We kill the sling off. We lose our razorback though. Don't really want to move into that. That was a mistake. I'm going to throw away my... basically just throw away my mohawk there. Boost the pitbull will go after the slingshot. His predator is also very slow. It's a very big map, so that's a problem for him. Yeah, you can see how the slingshot is less dominant because it's quite difficult for him to get it into position a lot of the time. He wants to have all of his units together, and I'm okay with just like running away from that. Like if he's gonna put all his units together, I'll just back up and go somewhere else. And there's the Liang, which obviously can't do anything here. So we get that missile, and we're gonna make some zones. We are gonna need a harvester. We can't win this game without a halve. And boost is really good on the zones, which is very nice. There's a mammoth tank. Wow, that's a little surprised to see a mammoth tank. It's 1.5 mammoth there. We need to kill this slingshot, which we can't do because we can't kill the stupid thing. Alright, so we get zones up here. Almost killed the mammoth. Another razorback.
Enhanced. Unit ready.
And it looks like we should be good here. Alright, cool. So with the Jackson, obviously we won twice, and with the Liang we got crushed. So having a commander power is pretty useful.
3, 2, 1. New objective.
Alright, Maximus. This was a matchup where pre-patch I felt heavily favored. I think Pitbull and Razorback were very, very good against his deck pre-patch. Post-patch, this is going to be a lot harder. His deck is like a lot better, I think, post-patch. And also, sorry, I just need to focus on this for a second. Yeah, also, this map favors his deck massively. Like, his deck is way better on this map because it's like a very spread out map where you want fast units and he has jump jets and talons. So his deck is really good on this map. And my deck wants to be in a single central location. And he's pop capping me. What a monster. I need Pitbull for these talons. Once I get late game, it gets a lot better for me once we get late game and I can start using Razorback and Pitbulls. Because I need Pitbulls for the talons and Razorback for the jump jets. But I need to get to the late game to do that combination.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Alright, so we are going to take first missile due to our play of removing these talons. Which was nice. He did commit quite a lot of resources to that harvester attack as well, to be honest with you. Which obviously meant that he was behind in the early game. He is going to finish off the harvester, but he did lose the missile doing it, so I'm not sure it's really worth it. This play of suiciding talons is something Maximus does a lot as well. Like, he'll just send in a ton of talons, just over and over and over. He doesn't care if they die or not. He just wants to kill off this Razorback at any cost. Obviously, without Liang, we can't just heal it back up either, so... Jackson boost is very nice for chasing down the Orca, though. That is good. And it's good for cleaning up jump jets very quickly as well. But I'm basically just going to be playing Pitbull Razorback, and he's going to be playing Talon Jump Jet. That's going to be the two primary units we each use. He seems really committed to killing my harvesters. I don't know why. I'm wondering if he wants... Like, I know he has Wolverine in his deck, but that's not really that big a deal. So I'm a little surprised that he's committing so hard to killing my harvesters. Oh, I've messed this up. I need to kill this. I need to kill this Orca. Oh, I need to block down here. Oh, I missed the block. That's really bad. Oops. I'm really misplaying this game. I need to block this Orca. Oh my god, so many misclicks. Yeah, I just messed that up as well, obviously. If I can get this Razorback on the pad, maybe I'll be alright. No. Yeah, I missed a lot of blocks there. I mismicroed a lot in that missile. I also built my tech lab for no reason. Thinking I had enough for zone troopers when I didn't, which cost me a lot of money. Now he's obviously broke. Based on the units he's making, it looks like he's pretty broke. So I would really like to kill his harvester again. Yeah, he looks pretty broke. If I get some zone troopers set up, it's gonna be difficult for him to kill them.
Unit ready. Unit enhanced.
Alright, cool. I think we are gonna win the game. Pretty close one.
Unit lost. Nuclear warhead launched.
Cool.
Mission accomplished. 3, 2.
Okay, up against Vertigo. Pretty sure he's still just playing Fanatics, so we're gonna open missiles. If you get this wrong though, if you open missiles against militants, it's really, really bad. So that's why I normally open with rifles, even against Nod, because if you open missiles against militants, it's actually horrendous. And opening rifles against wheels isn't that bad, whereas opening Opening rifles again, opening missiles against militants is awful. So we're going to back up. He's obviously going to go fanatics. He's got triple wheel, that's surprising. We should win this 2v3.
Unit ready.
We're kind of close, but the extra missile comes in, makes it very... Well, I'm surprised at how well that went for him, honestly. So we're going to go Razorback. This is exactly the same map and almost exactly the same matchup as we played against Coinbird.
Unit ready.
Again, like, he's obviously favored in the matchup. Like, Fanatic's tank just beats Razorback Missile. It has done for a long time now. But we do have the zones. The zones are our trump card. Obviously, last time he had Coinbird had Catship, which made the zones less good. I don't think Vertigo has Catship, but we'll have to wait and see.
Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yeah, if I can get to zones and he doesn't have the Catship, that's normally a big trump card in the matchup.
Unit enhanced.
So I'm going to boost my Razorback and chew up these Fanatics. Alright, cool. So we're going to win first missile.
Missile launched.
There's the stealth tank. I'm surprised at how late the stealth tank came out, honestly. Like, it's pretty hard to kill a Razorback with bikes. You really want to be using stealth tanks.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Now we just chill for a bit. I want to try and save up and go for zones, which is 180.
Building online.
Yeah, we're pretty close to our first zone trooper. Now, zones used to beat Fanatics, which isn't the case anymore.
Unit enhanced.
But they still do okay. Like, they don't just get crushed by them or anything. Alright, so the zone troopers are looking pretty strong here.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit enhanced.
I need to take out these stealth tanks though.
Lost.
Man, it's such a tough matchup. It's honestly such a difficult matchup.
Missile cancelled. Unit ready. Nuclear weapon launched.
But yeah, Fnatic's tank has been very good versus Razorbacks forever, basically. Like, since Razorbacks got made slow, Fnatic's tank has been favored against Razorback decks.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
And then obviously the latest patch just makes it even worse, because Fnatic's got a nerf, but it wasn't as big a nerf as Razorback and Liang got. The loss of Liang is huge as well for this deck.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Obviously, the later the game goes, hopefully the more zone troopers I can make.
Unit ready. Unit enhanced.
Oh,
Unit
I
lost.
misclicked.
Unit lost.
And there's Harvester moving.
Unit lost.
As you can see, this matchup is extremely difficult.
Unit ready.
Fnatic's tank just whoops on Razorback deck.
Unit ready.
Oh, misclick there from him. That might kill him.
Unit enhanced.
Yeah, a little bit of miss micro from Vertigo there cost him the game. I was able to push in and take it down. But that is a good map for me. That is a good map for my deck, and he didn't have a clean answer to Zone Troopers. And well, I mean, he has Fanatics, but like, he doesn't have an amazing answer to them like Catship. And it's still a really tough matchup, like a really difficult matchup. So anyway, that'll be enough games. That's quite a lot of games with the Razorback deck. As you can see, the deck is still perfectly viable. Liang is not viable anymore. You have to swap out Liang into a different commander. You can play Jackson or Strongarm. I'm not sure which is better. I think it's Jackson, but I'm not 100%. But the Razorback deck is still good. It's still one of the best decks. I think it might be the best GDI deck. It's possible snipers are better now. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, Razorbacks, it's a lot closer. Snipers are definitely viable. Like, this APC deck is viable. Instead of it just being, you have to play Razorbacks. But Nod is, I think, just the better faction right now. Like, the GDI got hit by a lot of nerfs, and I think it's just made Nod a significantly better faction. And you can see this on the medal count as well. Like, if you look at the medal counts, you've got 2 players above 5k on GDI, you've got 4 on Nod. Like, if you're like, the medal count for 7th on GDI only puts you at, like, 10th on Nod. So, yeah. The deck is still viable. I still think it's a very good deck. You just can't play Liang anymore. Like, Liang is definitely terrible. But Razorback decks, I think, are still good. But they're good by a lot less than they used to be. So, good patch, but didn't completely remove those things from the metagame. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.